Hey guys, this is Camfrey15 back at it with another video for you guys, and I'm back with another Winter of Anime 2022 episode review as another new anime of Winter Anime 2020 got start or 2022 got started today. But this is actually not new but new season, and that is Arifureta. Obviously, if you know that series, I think it's funny and hilarious. I call it essentially a more darker how not to summon a demon lord. Yes, that was what I took away. Now, I did do a review of season 1 in its entirety before season 2 came out. And well, the first episode of season 2 came out, and it was just an introduction back into obviously our cast of lovable characters, that is our boys and girls and stuff like that. But anyways, let's get into it. So the episode actually starts off with our boy Nagumo fighting this angel-like deity. And we already know, if you've seen season 1, he wants to get back home, and he'll do it by any means necessary, even if he has to defeat a god. And apparently in this fight, he is very badly beaten and battered and bloodied up. So you have to wonder what this is going on and how strong this angel-like character is. We don't know this character is. Anyways, we cut over. We see Princess Liliana and talking about the heroes, and then they're wondering if they're coming back and everything. Eventually Shizuku's group comes back after the events of season 1, because remember, they met up, they were saved by Nagumo and his party in the labyrinth where they almost died and everything thanks to Catalea. And you kind of just get some of the aftermath. You see the one guy who tried to kill Nagumo. He looks a little bit unsure and he's scared because he sees that Nagumo wasn't playing around. You have boy, the hero guy. He's obviously depressed because, well, Nagumo saved him, even though he takes his, I guess, he takes it as a way of offense because he's the hero and everything, and he thinks I don't need to be saved as well. I guess the standpoint, it has a little bit of to do with Kaori leaving, and stuff like that. Shizuku was telling Liliana about everything that was going on. Again, it's seemingly, I just feel like Shizuku's going to join their party eventually, because it makes sense why she would. Definitely seems like she's into our boy Nagumo and everything. Speaking of Nagumo, we are then reintroduced back to our cast of freaking lovable characters in Nagumo, Shea, Kaori, Mew, Tio, and Yui. And the whole banter back and forth between freaking Yui and Kaori is flippin' hilarious, because these are two characters that love Nagumo. All the girls love him. But mostly it's between Kaori and Yui, and they're going back and forth and everything. You have Yui on one end freaking say, I know everything about Nagumo. Hell, we've even slept in bed together and everything. And this man over here is like, are you serious? And in the meantime, freaking Kaori's like, oh, really? You say you know everything about Nagumo, but I know everything. I know his favorite characters and his anime and stuff like that. He, in all honesty, is an anime character. And they're going back and forth with each other because they both have feelings and love for Nagumo. We know at the end of season 1, Kaori's not going to let Yui win. She wants to be the one that wins. And listen, I love Kaori. I love Kaori. It's funny. She's honestly my favorite out of the bunch, just for many reasons and stuff like that. But I found it hilarious how Mew, Nagumo's daughter, is like, can big sister Kaori and big sister Yui just stop freaking fighting and stuff like that? It isn't funny. I don't like it. I don't like when you fight. It's also funny too because Kaori's also calling Nagumo big Papa Hajime, and freaking Nagumo's like, Kaori, can you please stop calling me that? It's just weird that one of my classmates is calling me that. So it's very freaking hilarious, the banter. They end up running into these sandworms and everything that they end up getting away from. In a decent enough chase scene and stuff like that. Again, we see our boy Nakagumo having weapons on his freaking Hummer, like it's nothing to sneeze at. And there's these group of sandworms that, after they stop him, they're wondering what they were huddled around, and Kaori actually sees a human being there. Now they get out of the car, they go see this guy, and Kaori just observes this guy, and he's got mana overlord, which is kind of like a sickness, which is a poison or something like that, and essentially can kill people in this world if you have too much mana. Now she tries to cleanse it, but she can't she can't fix him anything. So then she just essentially takes some of the mana using the ring she was given by our boy Nakagumo, and essentially after some time has passed, the guy's back to normal. Anyways, what we find now, I found it hilarious because he calls freaking Kaori a goddess because he's like, am I dead? A goddess? It might be about that time, I know. And I'm dead. But Nakagumo's like, you're not dead. Now, essentially what happens is we kind of find out in this whole discussion here from this guy. I forgot his name, but this guy he's like in like, I guess in this church area or something like that. And essentially, the hometown of Mew, Amakaji, I believe they called it, essentially is going through the same thing he's going through. And essentially, there was this spell placed on their water where it causes mana overload for the regular citizens there. And they're obviously all very sick, weak, and, everything that happened to this guy is happening to them. But he says there is a cure, and that's finding this thing called the Still Stone in the Grulin volcano. Now Shea knows about the Grulin volcano a bit, and essentially he's like, listen, everybody in our town is freaking like come down with this, sickness and stuff like that. Even our modern day adventurers, like if we could just get one buddy, it's not that hard. If we can get somebody just go to the volcano, get the Still Stone, and cure everybody, we'd be fine and everything. But we don't have that. So obviously he requests the services of Nakagumo and his party to help them. Now Nakagumo's not cool at first, but obviously Mew, because that's her hometown. I think she even said in the episode her mother is there. And they were already on their way to Amakaji anyway. Nakagumo's like, all right, I guess we can help you guys out, even though he doesn't want to and stuff like that. So that's gonna be the next adventure for our gang of characters to help out these people in this town. And the end of the episode cuts over to the demon continent or the demon kingdom, and essentially we have it to where their captain is told of the ending part of the first event, or some events of the first season. As you remember, he's recalled by his subordinate that not only Catalea died, because if you remember Catalea at the end of season 1, spoilers if you haven't seen season 1, I don't know why you're checking this video out anyways. We know that Nakagumo and his party finished and beat Catalea in the dungeon, so that pissed him off. As well as we also found out, they also know that, well, remember that one classmate that was willing to try to kill the teacher? He's also informed of the fact that, guess what, 4 people defeated essentially a gigantic army of a bunch of demons and everything. And that guy was obviously shocked, and he said he lost an arm and everything, and yada yada yada. And essentially this guy is like, I'm gonna take this guy out and I'm gonna come after him and stuff like that. So obviously we figured that the people from the demon race would not be happy about what Nakagumo has done so far, because he not only took out one of their own, he actually like took out an entire army of people and stuff like that, and kind of stopped their plans from advancing any further. But I thought this episode to the second season of Arifureta, it was okay. It wasn't anything groundbreaking or ground-blowing and stuff like that. It just has that comedic element. We haven't gotten into too serious topics. It's just foreshadowing the events of what season 2 has has to offer and stuff like that. So nothing much really truly happened other than just get a start on where the stories can be taking place. I did find but I will say I did find Kaori, who's the newest addition to the party, very hilarious, very funny. And it's funny that, like, when the sandworms were coming, she was like literally freaking like hugging freaking Nagumo, like near his freaking abdomen area, and she's all scared and everything. But freaking Nagumo was like, "Get off me!" And Yui gets her off of him, gets her off of him, and obviously she's like, "You just want to find some way to freaking cling to Nagumo." And stuff like that, because you want to try to do something, get closer to him in bed or something like that. And Kaori's like, yes, that's true. And everything. So yeah, but hey, listen, if I'm Nagumo, you already got like 4 girls that are like all cute in their own ways. Personally, if you like Kaori and Yui the most, then well, you got 2 of them in bed for you, I guess. I'm gonna keep it PG as I can, but listen. Anyways, we're back with Arifureta. I will be doing weekly reviews on Arifureta going forward. But yeah, but if you guys like this video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on Arifureta season 2. From Commonplace to World's Strongest, I believe that's the full title. And stuff like that. Did you enjoy this episode? Were you kind of bored, or are you just wondering where the story is gonna go? Again, I think it has a source material. I think it's a light novel or a manga. I don't know which one of the two. Please do not post spoilers for what happens in the future of this series, as well as hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Winter of Anime 2022 content, as well as any other anime that I review or upload on the channel and stuff like that. But other than that, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your day or night when checking out this video. Until then, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.